Tom.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
How are
to meet
you?
you, Tom.
Again and again, just getting your course. You say when you're ready? Yeah. Okay. So we stand a little bit apart because of microphones.
Oh yeah, sure.
Say when? Ready? Ready. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am on the course here with one of our Brazilian riders, Rodrigo Lambre. Rodrigo, first of all, this show in general, how are you finding it?
The show is amazing. The venue is incredible, and always good competition.
Great. And now we are on the big day, Saturday, Grand Prix day. How are you feeling? And you're riding a 10-year-old in this competition, Takeoff Daria PS. Tell us a little bit about her and how what her preparation has been like.
Yeah, I just raced her actually in Jalapa, and was a surprise she won. And okay, keep my mind focused. I believe on her. Try to be there for her.
Yeah.
And that's the job.
Perfect. And they say mayors always try that little bit harder. And with a big testing course like this that Gerard Lachey has set for us, are there any lines in particular you've been walking maybe once, twice, 3 times?
Yes, all the lines I'm working.
That's a good sign of a course designer.
Of course.
And one line in particular, the water fence fence 9 to fence 10, it's a very airy vertical with the plank.
Yes, I think gives us the opportunity to go a bit out, so maybe to fit the 7 better.
Yeah, because I walked it early, you can either go 6 on the shorter line if you come at a bit of an angle to the water, but then like you said, for more inexperienced or less experienced horses, the extra stride will help.
I will definitely try the 7 outside, jump the water and go outside.
Perfect.
See how that works.
Perfect. Well, look, thank you very much for your time.
You.
And wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Desde el día cero, hemos creído en el poder transformador de la energía. Y por eso elegimos ser ese boost que te impulsa en cada paso. Estamos orgullosos de ser parte de la historia de miles de personas increíbles, como tú. Nuestro compromiso de cuidar de ti y de los tuyos continúa. Bedoyecta, 50 años de energía que inspira. Cian, it's your first time here at the show. How have you found it so far?
Yeah, thanks. It's a fantastic event.
Yeah, you're on.
It's a fantastic event and brilliant arena, obviously. So looking forward to this Grand Prix. It looks big, fair test distance-wise, but it looks a big course.
Yeah, and Gerard Leche, he's really sort of upped the ante this week of the technicality of the courses. Do you think this will suit Kentucky?
Yeah, it's our first five-star Grand Prix together. So this tour in Mexico, Fall Tour, has been really good for my horses. I think it develops them well. You have the beautiful arenas and the height and the width of the jumps that you get anywhere else, and then you don't have as many maybe in the fields.
Yeah.
So it's a chance that the horses can develop and pick up some good money.
Yeah, like just a 10-year-old as well, so this will be great for the experience for next season as well.
Absolutely.
So look, we're just at fence 11 to 12. This is our second last line, so we're just going to, if you wouldn't mind, just walking us through the striding and what you'll be, your attack on this.
Sure. You want me to walk the distance?
Yes, please,
okay.
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28. So that walks 1 yards. So in Ireland we still walk feet and inches. So that'll be a steady 7. Off that corner though, it's getting a little bit tired coming for home. You might see 1 or 2 finding it long, and maybe some riders with a smaller stride decide to put 1 in. But generally, I think you'll see 7 strides. You want a slow jump at these 2 verticals and then keep the horse straight. You'll have 1 more fence, then fence 13. So it's a long course.
It is for sure, and putting the treble in. I just have to stand a little bit away from you. Putting the treble in sort of last as well, or second last fence, it's a hell of an ask from our course designer, as you like for horses of say 10 years of age. It's a good ask.
Yeah, with the treble at the end of the course, it always tests the fitness of the horse, and we'll see how fit these riders are, or if they were busy in the bar all weekend or not, if the riders have the stamina as well to get through the end.
Well, I'm sure they would now, between tequila, sombreros and everything else. Look, we've had a great time so far. Cian, thank you very much for your time, and we wish you the very best of luck.
Thanks a million.
Appreciate that. See you later.
No, nada más te voy a preguntar de qué es el...
That's yours.
¿Puntan o no?
Sí.
¿Ahora lo tengo picado?
And then just talk from fence 3 to 4, and it just. Okay. Sorry, what's your name?
Juan Piduti.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm now joined by Juan Batuti from Argentina. First of all, welcome to this fantastic show. It's been a great week. And how have you found this show so far?
Bueno, primero muchas gracias. Creo que es un gran concurso, me encanta venir. Siempre me he ido bien, espero que vuelva a ser el caso.
Perfect. And your horse, Navarro PS, 11-year-old by Nintendo, excuse me. You have really good form this year at this level. You must be excited.
Sí, el caballo ha venido saltando muy bien. Nunca ha saltado un gran premio de este nivel. Sería la primera vez, pero tengo toda la fe.
Perfect. And we are here at fence 3, going to fence number 4. Have you any concerns about, say, the watermelon fence, one of the features?
Bueno, creo que son 5 trancos. Va a depender mucho el salto de la sandía, del muro, para ver cómo quedan esos 5 trancos.
Perfect. Well, look, we wish you the very best of luck, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Clash. Ready? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm now joined by one of Mexico's top riders, Nicolas Pizarro. Thank you very much for. Thank you. Yep. Thank you very much for joining us. We have to stand a little bit apart. So, walking the course, I've seen you walk a couple of lines a few different times. Tell me your thoughts on the course so far.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here. I think it's a very proper class. I think it's a real 5-star. You have to understand a little bit the making of the course. I think you just have to see, you have uphill, you have downhill. So these things come a little bit to work. I think the course designer was really thinking about the starting list. So from my point of view, there's nothing that's given. I think it's connected. I think it's fair on the horses. At the end, you really have to make a nice trace. You have to have a good pace. And of course, there's two decisions to do, either to take one option of strides or another option of strides. But I think this depends on your horse and a little bit on your plan.
For sure, and like we're looking at, say, the water fence coming down to the vertical, but even fence 1 to 2, you have a very upright vertical to start with, coming down to a full height and width oxer at fence 2. This will be where you sort of, you've made your mind up on what strides you'll be doing.
Yes, I think you have a little bit of an option, but also I think it really puts you to work and to get connected for jump number 3. Jump number 3 is a jump that it's very typical and it's very iconic from OTOMI. You have to have a horse that it's really solid because you have to jump it like a wall, but at the same time, I think it's a little bit more careful than a plank. So it's already at the beginning of the class that he really puts you to be connected, but I think this also makes it fair, because then you have a horse that you can just jump around and start the first combination and then get a good bending line for those 4 strides on a very downhill. And then I think the middle line, it's very fair. He did it in the qualification. It was something that the horses already saw and they already went through it. And of course you have to have an experienced horse, good condition for the last line.
For sure, and we look. Right. Sorry about that. So even like fence. So yeah, sorry about that. We look at fence 3, like the bricks are so light that even one touch of a toe and they're gone. And then just looking at the breeding of your horse, by Upsilon, who is a 3-star event horse, stallion, and he's really producing some really nice 160 horses.
Yes, we had Farino since he was 5. I think he's an amazing horse. He was brought up by his owner. That's an amateur student of mine. And then he started college now, so I got the riding of the horse. I think he's just amazing. He's a very small horse. He's 162, but he's super brave. This will be his first step up. He did 1.55 meters, and then last year he did the national championships where he finished the 1.50 meters. But I think it's going to be a good step up for him. This is a ring that he really feels himself comfortable. So let's see.
And just finally, this time November last year, you were winning up a 145, decent class as well. So the fact it's 12 months later, he's jumping 160, you must be extremely proud of him.
Yes, for sure. He's a horse that every show he goes to, he's always learning and developing, and you can use him a little bit in everything. You can use him in a big class, you can use him in a careful class. He will jump in a ring like this one. He will jump in a ring, on a sand, very technical ring. So I didn't know about his father, but okay, this for sure gives it a little bit, because this one, he's a little one, but of course he's strong, and you'll see him, and hopefully he has a good day today.
Well, we wish you the very best of luck. Thank you so much for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Pizarro.
Desde el día cero, hemos creído en el poder transformador de la energía, y por eso elegimos ser ese boost que te impulsa en cada paso. Estamos orgullosos de ser parte de la historia de miles de personas increíbles, como tú. Nuestro compromiso de cuidar de ti y de los tuyos continúa. Bedoyecta, 50 años de energía que inspira.
¿Ya tienes la app Soy Cliente GNP? Descárgala, regístrate y accede a promociones, eventos y talleres exclusivos. Desde la app puedes consultar, descargar y pagar tus pólizas. Obtener orientación médica 24/7 con Médica Móvil. Acceder a tu tarjeta digital si tienes seguro médico GNP. Si tienes seguro de auto GNP, puedes solicitar asistencia vial. Guarda tus datos en la guantera digital. Disfruta todos los beneficios de ser cliente GNP. Vivir es increíble.
No lo quiero, lo necesito. Que mis viajes sean perfectos. Hacer todo desde donde esté. Que me reconozcan en todo momento. Tener ventajas en cada compra. Contrata tu tarjeta de crédito Banorte en Banorte Móvil, banorte.com y en sucursales.
Banorte, 125 aniversario.
Desde el día cero, hemos creído en el poder transformador de la energía, y por eso elegimos ser ese boost que te impulsa en cada paso. Estamos orgullosos de ser parte de la historia de miles de personas increíbles, como tú. Nuestro compromiso de cuidar de ti y de los tuyos continúa. Bedoyecta, 50 años de energía que inspira.
¿Ya tienes la app Soy Cliente GNP? Descárgala, regístrate y accede a promociones, eventos y talleres exclusivos. Desde la app puedes consultar, descargar y pagar tus pólizas. Obtener orientación médica 24/7 con Médica Móvil. Acceder a tu tarjeta digital si tienes seguro médico GNP. Si tienes seguro de auto GNP, puedes solicitar asistencia vial. Guarda tus datos en la guantera digital. Disfruta todos los beneficios de ser cliente GNP. Vivir es increíble.
No lo quiero, lo necesito. Que mis viajes sean perfectos. Hacer todo desde donde esté. Que me reconozcan en todo momento. Tener ventajas en cada compra. Contrata tu tarjeta de crédito Banorte en Banorte Móvil, banorte.com y en sucursales.
Banorte 125 aniversario.
A unos segundos, unos minutos de comenzar este Gran Premio GNP Seguros y le vamos a pedir al público se ponga de pie para escuchar el himno nacional de México por el tenor Leobardo Ramos.
Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero aprestad y el bridón, y retiemble su centro la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiemble su centro la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Ciño patria tus sienes de oliva, de la paz del arcángel divino, que en el cielo tu eterno destino por el dedo de Dios escribió. Mas si osare un extraño enemigo profanar con sus plantas tu suelo, piensa patria querida del cielo, un soldado en cada hijo te dio, un soldado en cada hijo te dio. Mexicanos a grito de guerra, el acero aprestad y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón.
Gracias.
Yes, thank you very much there. The national anthem of Mexico ringing around this fantastic arena. We do hope you're all comfortable, you have your seats, and you are ready for what will be a star-studded Grand Prix. We have 20 of some of the best riders across Mexico and the world here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So we are just moments away from our first horse here at the very kindly sponsored GNP CSI 5-star Grand Prix.
We have a new lead.
Well, hola, buenas tardes, and welcome to the 5-star Grand Prix of OTOMI here in a breathtaking city, San Miguel de Allende. And what a week it has been, an incredible celebration of show jumping filled with world-class competition, unforgettable moments, the warmest Mexican hospitality. Over the past few days, we have witnessed the extraordinary talent of the riders from around the globe, each pairing pushing the limits of precision, speed and courage. But it is here, against the backdrop of this stunning colonial city, their skill truly shines. Mental soaring hearts are racing, crowds on the edge of their seats. That is the challenge on screen. 13 obstacles, 16 efforts, the time allowed of 82 seconds, the time limit of 164 has been decided by our course design team, being led by Gerald Latchett of Switzerland, assisted by Benjamin Fernandez Gonzalez of Mexico. From the cobblestone streets to the vibrant colours that surround us, this venue is more than just an arena. It is the a showcase of Mexican culture, passion, and the welcoming spirit that makes every visitor feel at home. Today, as we bring you the pinnacle of this Super Week, we invite you to witness breathtaking rounds of fierce competition. Let's have a look at some of the riders and horses who could make a big impact today. This is the start list. Well, Rodrigo Lambert, he starts us off from always one to watch. He rides Takeoff Sierra PS, careful and consistent. Connor, also in there, brings a wealth of experience, including Olympic level. TN, careful jumping. Would be interesting to see how he performs in this five-star Grand Prix. Fernando Carino, he rides celebrity, fast agile horse, very competitive, flowing ride. Rafael Australia de Arroz, rides Chanel PS, also one to watch for Brazil. Smooth, quick when it counts. Luis Alejandro Plasencia for Mexico. Hubert B, also one to watch, especially for the home nation here. So much support, so much electricity and excitement in the atmosphere, especially when we have a prize fund of $340,000 up for grabs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 5-star Grand Prix of OTOMI. Bienvenidos, and let the show begin. Well, the first one to step forward is the Brazilian rider, Rodrigo Lambert. He rides Takeoff Sierra PS and placed fourth in the 150 jump off yesterday. Has so much experience. He was chatting to our colleague Tom Lawler, the arena commentator, the English-speaking arena commentator here. He was the first athlete spoke to, and he talked about just how challenging this course is. It is so demanding. It has so many technical questions. We will have a look at the course during the first couple of rounds. Plenty of twists, plenty of turns as we get Rodrigo on the way. Part of the Brazilian team that won gold in the 2019 Pan American Games in Peru. And that team result secured a qualification spot for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics for Brazil. Well, we're underway. We start off with that nice vertical at a height of 150 down to fence number 2, 150 wide, 150 tall, with a backhanded turn to the wall. Watermelon is causing issues already. Just look how imposing that fence is, and those blocks or bricks are so light. It is interesting with the uprights also there, along with the colours. That is going to cause issues, especially as it's so early on in course. That will also feature in the jump off as the final fence, but it will be changed to new material. We will explore the jump off before we start that. For now, all the attention remains here in this first round with a time allowed of 82 seconds. 20 entered into this Grand Prix. It's set to be a wonderful afternoon. Plenty have gathered here, especially in our VIP area. Well, we go now to the winner of the 150 jump off. He rides Vasco 109, and this is Luis Pedro Birabin. Ready to go for Argentina. Was a member of the Argentinian jumping team that won the team bronze medal back in the games in Chile in 2014. Was also part of the Argentinian team in the Pan American Games in Toronto, Canada, but that's the start he did not want. The first fence is down, that vertical at 150. Well, let's see how the wall goes. Clears that related distance down to fence number 4. Slight turn here, quick succession of fences coming up We clear fence 5A and B, one stride double, and then to fence number 6, a water tray, oxer, then to fence number 7. So really quick succession of fences with a backhanded turn to fence number 8. Height of 152, 150 wide. Water jump then. Any footing in the plastic or indeed the water is 4 faults at that jump, but it's the plank coming out from the water jump is just so unforgiving. The technical challenges here, and rightly so. There's a 5-star Grand Prix at a height of 160 into that triple combination. And we go down to the final fence now, 9 strides down to the oxer that will conclude the round, finishing in 77.11. Well in under the time allowed there of 82 seconds. Just didn't create the opportunity for the height. I think Vasco. That was Argentinian rider Luis Pedro Rabin.
On Vasco, and it is only their 4th Grand Prix this year, so very nice about 8
well,
points there. First.
They had a wonderful performance in the previous competition with all 3 riders stepping up to the podium representing the home nation of Mexico. Well, this is Luis Alejandro Plesencio. He rides Hubert B. He was the winner of the FEI World Cup jumping in Guadalajara, the 4-star back in 2018, but he's continued that success ever since. He's been part of the Mexican team that won team gold at the Central American and Caribbean Games in Colombia. He's pretty consistent as he represents Mexico as one of their top riders. Well, into our quick succession of fences now. But the disappointment you can hear in the audience. Just the knockdown that fence as we continue on over to the water tray. Correction, the water jump clears that, but then our riders going into the plank, so unforgiving. There's 7 strides down. It's a 2 stride, 1 stride. Oxer out down to the final fence and pushes across that finish line at 77.64. Just the 1 knockdown. It is going to be 4 faults for the Mexican rider, Luis Alejandro Placeseo.
Yes, very unfortunate. 1 fence on the ground there for 4 penalties, and a time of 77.64 there for Luis.
Well, so much talent and skill joining us here in this magnificent arena, grass arena, as you can see, and not many opportunities for our riders right across the world to jump on grass, but when they do so, they make every minute last, or moment last. Well, we continue with the Mexican riders. Manuel Senderos Cannabisor has represented Mexico in various international events. He's competed in the Longines FEI World Cup, in the North American League qualifiers. Competes at the high international level. As we get underway with his round, hopefully you have a feel for the course and some of those challenges that are facing our riders. 82 seconds, the time allowed. Certainly no one with issues with that so far. 5 strides down to fence 4. Water tray. But again, that fence. Could that be the fence that causes the issues here this afternoon? Well, plenty of agility, plenty of scope. But just the one fence down as we enter into the final stages here. The triple combination or penultimate with just one from home. And the last fence goes also the front rail of that. So a total of 8 in 80.60. A reminder of the time allowed, 82 seconds there for Manuel Ceneros and Cannabis or Mexico.
8 penalties, but what a great performance from this horse's first 1m60. Cannabis or definitely one that Manuel will be very excited.
Yeah, certainly a wonderful performance there. First 160 outing for that horse, and certainly will learn from the opportunity to jump at this height. And not bad with just the 2 knockdowns, especially for a first outing of this height.
Here this afternoon, we welcome Juan Baptista Peduti, the man on form.
Now we go now to the Argentinian rider Juan Bastilla Ruthri Hurtas. He rides Ninvaro PS.
Guadalajara at the 1m45 level. This too is this horse's first 1m60.
Now another horse here. That is the first time it's jumping 1m60. Now we will have an arena maintenance break at the halfway point of this competition. That will be after number 10, Samuel Parot goes. So sit back, relax, and enjoy what will be a wonderful, wonderful afternoon of entertainment and sport. Well, he gets underway. Achieves podium finishes, including 3rd here, and regularly competes at international shows in Mexico. Often no stranger to the podium. As we move with good pace across the ground, pushes into that oxer. Fence number 6, and again, just look how fine the margin of error is there. Clears the fence, but it's so tight. Unfortunately, not so lucky over fence number 8 as he powers across that water jump. Just the 4 faults at the moment. But again, the plank, it was always going to cause issues on course. Well, it's just our clear rounds that get invited into the jump off here. As the back rail of the triple bar, of the triple combination goes, of the last obstacle, powers across that last fence. It's another knockdown, so total of 16 then, 76.93. Just look at the time, look how quick that round is. Well in under the time allowed of 83 seconds for Argentina's Juan Bastida, Rutri Jotas and Ninvaro PS.
He will be very happy with this horse stepping up to the role.
Well, plenty of full oxers, plenty of scope needed to clear them, but agility as well to maintain rhythm in some of those corners. And
so next to go, we welcome for Mexico,
we will just have to wait for the first clear round. Will it be provided by this rider? Well, return to the home nation. And a rider that placed 3rd in the 150 jump off this week already. It's Federico Fernandez. He rides a Romeo. Well, this is one of the best Mexican riders. He's represented Mexico in team and individual jumping events at the Olympics, right back from the 2004 Olympics in Athens. 2008 in Beijing, 2012 in London, 2024 last year in Paris. 7 world record. He's won a team silver medal in Mexico, one of the Pan American Games in Santo Domingo, and he's part of the Mexican team that won the very prestigious Aga Khan Trophy, the Longines FEI Nations Cup in Dublin back in 2018. But he's had a number of wins at Nations Cup competitions, and this so far is good for the Mexican rider. He's a rider that also received the Pivo FEI Inspire Award in 2023, but more importantly, he remains clear going into the triple combination. Could this be the first clear here this afternoon in our 5-star Grand Prix? Yes, it is. Just listen to that crowd. They are so pleased with the first clear round being the Mexican rider Federico Fernandez and Romeo. All the accuracy, the speed, the agility, everything that was demanded was produced, and from a rider that certainly has all the skill and experience, he gave us everything that he had, and that is the first clear. We go looking for the next to create our jump off. Will it be from the next rider representing Brazil, Fernando Godinho, Billy Celebrity?
Yes, so next up, we welcome from Brazil, Fernando Godinho, behind Billy Celebrity, the 11-year-old, like Billy Congo, producing Billy Stud in the United Kingdom.
Well, I'm sure we'll get another clear to create that jump off. But today it won't be produced by Fernando. In 4 faults early on. Fence number 2. Height of 150 and 150 wide. Very lucky escape at the wall. A little bit of a turn on the out as he comes around now into that 1 stride combination, but the second part is knocked, so it will be 8 faults at this point. And again, a knock at fence number 7, that fence causing issues, and will continue to do so. Very carefully placed by the course design team, being led by Gerard Latchett from Switzerland. I think after that refusal, Fernando has raised, or give a tip of his hat to indicate to the ground jury he is going to retire Billy Celebrity. Not all going to plan there, unfortunately, but sometimes that is just how it is, especially at this 160 level and 5-star level too. So much at stake here. Not forgetting the prize fund. Well, 340,000 euro. Absolutely incredible. Just over 110,000 US dollars will go to the winner. Well, we go now to Chanel PS, the 10-year-old mare that Rafael Agostole de Barros presents to us here. Now we approach that halfway point, just 2 remaining after Rafael until we take the opportunity for an arena maintenance break. With the 1 clear so far, will it be a win here for the home nation? Also now 10 years old, as just stretches over that wall, creates good scope over the Oxer fence number 4. But the second part of the double combination is down, doesn't get the power needed on that lift off at all. Continues on. And really struggles over the water train. The flag is raised, so that will be another 4 faults. The plank is down also, and not going to plan at all for the Brazilian rider. Well, also approaching the time allowed now. Just a reminder, it is 82 seconds. It stops at 83.66, so it will be 22. I just have to check and verify the result. So the total there for Rafael Gusto Aller de Barros and Chanel PS of 30.8, correction, 83.77 on the clock. So that is the correct result there for Rafael. 30 and 83.77, so 2 for time and 28 for jumping. Well, returning to the home nation riders and Alejandro Mills. This is Britzel du Marais. Let's see, will it be 2 Mexican riders in that jump off?
This combination were third in the 1m60 Grand Prix.
Well, he was part of the Mexican team that won the team silver medal in 2017 in Central American and Caribbean Games. Qualifier, member of the team that finished third in the Nations Cup Thunderbird this year. Plenty of Grand Prix wins under his belt. Regular competitor, presence at the highest level, including the Longines Global Championships term. He finished second in the Longines FAI Jumping World Cup North American League qualifier in Puebla this year. Riding this exact horse, Bretzel du Marais. But a very clear, a very obvious step in the water there. It is 4 faults then for Alejandro. Such a veteran Mexican rider. Well, just coming to the last then. Clears the last and over the finish line. Now it is still showing clear on the scoreboard. I did see the water jump judge raise her flag. That is the replay of it. It certainly looks like a 4 fault. And it is, in fact, it has been updated. The grand jury has updated it to 4 faults. So it is indeed 4 faults. A really costly step in the water. Alejandro Mills, Bretzel du Marais, that prevents them from achieving an opportunity to jump in the jump off. Well, we go now to a 2-time Olympian for Chile. Competed in the 2012 London Olympics. Also qualified and represented Chile at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Of course, those games held in 2021. He plays 5th in the 150 jump off this week. It's Samuel Parro, Crystal Blue, Chile. Well, he was initially selected to compete in the 2023 Pan American Games in Santiago. That was before his horse required surgery, leading to his withdrawal, unfortunately. He won a bronze team medal in the 2022 South American Games. Long-time member of the Chilean Nations Cup teams has represented he secured major wins in the North American circuit, 2 and 3-star Grand Prix wins, Trine Resort Grand Prix, Split Rock Grand Prix. But today he is using all his experience he's gained at 5-star level, competing in events like the Global Championships Tour and Major League show jumping. By the back rail of the triple bar goes, and that is a costly 4 faults at the final stages of the round for Samuel Parro. Clears the last. How disappointing is that? But it also exceeds the time allowed, 82.62, just over half a second, in fact, over the time allowed. And that means a total of 5 for Samuel Parro, riding his Crystal Blue. Well, at this point, really interestingly, we only have the one clear, and that is for the Mexican rider Federico Fernandez. But that is what is coming up. Just look at that lineup. Jose Antonio right down to Inicio Marin, and right in between you have 2 European riders, Latvian Christopoulos and Irish Kane O'Connor. We will be back with you after a quick 15-minute break. Do not go anywhere, as this is the 5-star Grand Prix here in the beautiful OTOMI, Mexico.
¿Qué trae? Pero no escucho nada, hijo de su pinche madre. Acaba de hacer su primer comunión. ¿Por qué hacen los enfoques en otro lado? Me hubieras dicho el enfoque. Lo voy a poner un poquito más de... Excepcional como mañana en la reyes. A su bautizo. Ayer fui a darle a esa compañía. ¿Sabes?
So we are now just a couple of minutes away for the second part of this 1m60 Grand Prix presented by GNP. To give us and a massive thank you to our supporters here for today's Grand Prix. It is a 5-star, it is a big one. We are just halfway through, just had one clear round.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the second half of this first round of our Grand Prix. Just one clear in the first half with the 20 entered into this competition. Height of 1m60. This competition with one jump off. A jump off was only created in the eventuality of an equality of penalties in this first round. We've seen that in the Grand Prix of Dublin this year, the Rolex Grand Prix of Dublin, €500,000, and a Grand Prix with just one clear, so therefore no need for a jump off. Will that be the case here this afternoon? I'm sure it won't, because we have such an exciting lineup in this second half. So do sit back, relax, and enjoy this spectacle as we continue and restart with our home nation riders. It's Jose Antonio Cediore Prom and Jaraminka P. Right, focused on international circuits and Nations Cup events. His father, a two-time Olympian and a Pan American Games silver medalist, he now is very much establishing himself as a key and influential Mexican rider. He contributed to Mexico's team victory in the Longines EF Series and the Central Qualifier. He represented numerous Nations Cup events, including the prestigious BMO Nations Cup at Spruce Meadows. And so far so good as we clear the water tray. He's competed at top 5-star Grand Prix classes, including the Rolex Grand Prix in Dinard. He's a consistent competitor in the Globals Championship Tour. But today the middle element of the triple combination goes. It was looking so good for Jose. And unfortunately crosses that line with just the one pole on the ground. His four falls. Jose Antonio Cediore Prom and Jaraminka P. Well, that is a tricky line, especially towards the end of the round. Just getting a little bit tired, needing that extra energy, needing to use every ounce of ability of the horse. As we continue to the next rider here. Well, this is a Mexican rider, and it's Sana Sofia Legarreta Hernandez. She rides Perla Optima Santa Rosa. This young lady achieved a silver medal with the Mexican Young Rider team just last year in the North American Youth Jumping Championships, where she rode Yoga Santa Rosa. She finished as the individual silver medalist in 2024 part of the North American Youth Championships. And she was a member of the Mexican Junior Nations Cup team that finished first place in a Junior Nations Cup event. But today she will have the weight and pressure of every one of the Mexican spectators that have joined us here. She secured a third place in the 5-star 160 Grand Prix here in Mexico back earlier in the year in March. She's 4 faults in the first element of the double combination, refusal at the second. The clock is stopped. That's disappointing as we now sit on 8 faults for Anna. And readjusted. And ready to get going, but in fact she loops around to the first fence, and that means that Ana Sofia Legorita Fernandez has decided to retire Perla Optima Santa Rosa. Well, she, as you may have detected through many of the horses that she rides, is carrying the prefix of Santa Rosa. She is known for her consistency and strong partnerships with her horses, particularly those that she's bred with that prefix. Are produced at least today, not to be such a young rider and such a wonderful she's gained here today. To see her back here very soon, I'm sure, jumping a 5-star Grand Prix in OTOMI. Well, next is another Mexican rider riding Concours. This is Jose Antonio Shidrari Iguia, 2-time Olympian way back in 1996 in the Atlanta Games. Also competed in the 2008 Beijing Games. He was also selected for the Mexican team for the 2024 Games also. And that was his 3rd selection. He's a team silver medalist in the Pan American Games. Has participated in 4 Pan American Games, including 1999 one, right through to the most recent of his was in 2015. Clears the wall with plenty of scope there. He's represented Mexico in 2 equestrian games. No issues with the combination for Jose Antonio. His horse has so much scope. Well, this is really promising. Just needs to keep the composure, but it's the last into the last line, and the last bar, or the last back bar of that triple combination, then going into the triple bar into the triple combination. The front part is the refusal, and deciding then that it's not to be, decides to retire. Possibly a wise decision. Just no need to create any more strain on the horse Concours. Jose Antonio Shidrawi Iguia for Mexico. Well, the opportunity to create that jump off is reducing and reducing, as we only have the 6 left to go. We'll just have to wait and see how this pans out. Kristaps Neritnikis. He rides Valor for Latvia. He's the first equestrian rider from Latvia to qualify and compete at the Olympic Games. He competed at the Tokyo Games in 2020 and also last year in Paris. He competed at multiple World Cup finals, including in 2015. As he's ready to set off now with Valor. He's competed at the highest level now for quite some time. represented Latvia at the World Equestrian Games and numerous European Championships. There's a slight rattle of that front rail. Now he opts to cut in into the wall with no issues. Nice movement and nice flow, good rhythm as well. Not overly fast, but again going for that carefully considered, executed approach. As he remains clear. Will we have our jump off created by the Latvian? No issues with time. Time led 82 seconds. He's only one to go. Will this be our jump off creator? It is 79.94. More importantly, clear. And that is the creation of our jump off that we have been waiting for. Clear out for Kristaps Nikis with Valor. A really well executed round of show jumping by the man from Latvia. With the 6 left to go. So we have our jump off. Well, let's see if we can get another through to that jump off as we turn our attention now. Well, this is Kentucky TN, and riding this is one of Ireland's most decorated and well-known international show jumping riders. It is Cian O'Connor. Long and distinguished career competing at the highest levels of the sport, including multiple Olympic Games and major championships. Cian operates Carlswood Stables in County Meath in Ireland, a simply breathtaking centre, a leading high performance equestrian centre, involved in sales, training and coaching. And Cian has represented Ireland so well and proudly right around the world. This is his first 5-star Grand Prix with Kentucky, a 10-year-old. Individual bronze medalist at the London 2012 Olympic Games. He's a 4-time Olympian. Moving well. Having to follow the Latvian producing the second of our clear at the 3/4 way point of this first round, but just knocks the oxer going into the water jump. Cian has been a key member of numerous winning Irish Cup teams, including 4 Aga Khan Trophy victories at the prestigious Dublin Horse Show. And my word, when that man enters the arena in Dublin, he gets such a welcome. But today he clears the last fence with just the 4 faults and 79.04. I'm sure he will be happy with that. As I say, it is Kentucky's first 5-star Grand Prix. A very noble effort for Ireland's Cian O'Connor. Well, 4 left to go, and just 4 riders left that may produce a clear round. Or will it be a head-to-head decider? Will it be a head-to-head battle of the 2 clears so far? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Stick around and see what will be produced here. As we go now to Colombian rider Jean Perez Bom, GT Carmen. Second in the 150 jump-off class this week already. He's competed in various major international events, including the Pan American Games, right back from 2011, but most recently also in 2023. Number of World Cup qualifiers, 5 and 2 star level, particularly in around North America, likes of Spruce Meadows and Wellington, and also here in Mexico. Slight rattle of the second fence, but remains in the cups, and not so lucky in the back rail of that fence. Will be 4 false. Well, he's had major wins with this horse. With his correction, this one is Dewey Du Mansell, but with his other horse, GG Carmen, in the Rolex Grand Prix 5-star in Spruce Meadows back in 2023, the winner of that. But he rides Dewey Du Mansell today and has 8 false with another knockdown. That plank goes, so a total of 12 at this point for the Colombian man. Opting for the 8 strides down to 12, and it's the in and out, both elements down, a total of 20 at the minute. Crosses the finish line, exceeds the time allowed also, 20 for jumping, 1 for time, total of 21 then for Juan Perez Bom and GG Carmen, Colombia. Well, it certainly looks like some of those 4 falters could be in the top 6 at this point with just the 2 clears. Plenty of talent coming up still though in the last 3. We have the remaining 4 riders as we want to move on to the next. And Nicolas Pizarro has number 17, so that means 4 riders left to go. He rides Ferrero du Guinefort. Nicholas caught up with Tom on the course during the course walk. He spoke of just the technical challenges that are on this course, but rightly so, as we say, 5-star Grand Prix. Ferrero du Guinefort is a 10-year-old. And Nicholas competed in the 2012 Summer Olympics in London for Mexico, both the individual and team jumping events. He's represented Mexico at the World Equestrian Games previously, but you can very clearly see the bricks dislodged from the wall at fence 3. So it is 4 false awarded for this very quick pace. So much speed, and just could see going into that fence, so unsettled. Gives a nice little pat out of the Guinefort and cabs him down and reapproaches now. Plenty of scope jumping that one, clears it well. Total of 8. We will be looking at time penalties as well, with the refusal. Coming into the final section of the course now. And through the finish, 8 for jumping. And total of 24 then. For Nicholas Pizarro and Farino do Guinfort.
So yes, a total of 24 there for Nicholas Pizarro. Very talented.
Well, 3 left to go. This head-to-head battle is looking very eminent, or very prominent on the scoreboards. It's just the 2 clears for Mexico, Federico Fernandez, Velatia Kristaps Nirkintikas. As we go now to Ator Pravera Vallejo and Monfu Train. Lovely ranked rider on the rankings and Pan American rankings. He's had significant wins, particularly here in North America. 4-star Grand Prix win at the Winter Equestrian Festival in Florida. Achieved a bronze medal and a silver team medal, bronze individual, silver team at the games in Guatemala in 2017. Really pushing on the pace. Lucky escape there as the back legs just kicking out there, and not so lucky with that. Catches the back rail of the fence form. Just a kicker. Getting a little bit more settled now. Moving well. Coming around to the final bit and into that triple bar, but you could just see not quite getting the scope needed with the back rail knocked. And a lucky escape with that kick over that final part, but remains in the cups and over that final fence. Another knockdown there, 12 faults then, 77.40 for Mexico's Arturo Prada Vallejo.
Well, that was very impressive there for
2 riders left to go. Mexico, Latvia, the 2 nations represented in the jump off. Could we get another one? Another nation represented. Well, to Argentina now. And this is the penultimate pairing. Inicio Marin. He rides Conchado. The only rider left then after that is a Mexican rider. So Mexico guaranteed to have representation. At least one rider in the jump off. Let's see if Argentina can also make representations in that jump off. Well, Inicio goes now as the penultimate partnership. This is Conchado, which is a 13-year-old. He's represented Argentina right across the world, including at the Pan American Games. He's competed in the games in Santiago and Medellin also. Successfully at 5-star and Nations Cup levels, including the Longines Global Championship Tour. And also competed at the Winter Equestrian Festival in Wellington, Florida. Comes from a family of equestrians. His father, his grandfather and great-grandfather all involved in riding and training. Also used to be a former professional soccer before turning his hand to making equestrian his career. Great odds for prize money at this point by just securing a spot in that jump off. Even if it's just 3 riders in the jump off, all 3 will be guaranteed a podium position. Just needs to remain composed at this final part with 1 from home. Are we looking at the 3rd clear? No, we are not. The disappointment. The time was so close. He used every bit of that time to create the accuracy, 81.91. The last fence goes. It's the front rail at that also. 4 false for Anacio Morin. Conchado, Argentina, but that is a wonderful round. You could see the disappointment. But that is how cruel this sport can be. It's not to be with 1 left to go. And that is all down to this man. As we say, if he just goes clear, he gets invited to the jump off, which will then give him an opportunity to win that top spot. However, by just going clear, he is guaranteed at least 3rd. Luis Ferraro Castellero Mercado. He rides Santa Rosa Valley for Mexico. The home nation, the home crowd is behind him.
Santa Rosa Valley, just a 10-year-old stepping up to 1.60 meter level. Winner here in February.
Well, we're off. And the pressure is on. Well, he's competed in major international events at 5-star levels, including venues like Spruce Meadows in Canada. And today, the fence that has caused issues for riders right across this Grand Prix has gone. Our red vertical, and that has blocked Lewis from getting into our jump off. Well, a second knock there maybe takes the disappointment out a little. Just having that one fence, I'm sure a previous rider is so disappointed with Anacio. That last fence down, he was so careful right up to that point. As our final rider concludes the round with a total of 20 there for Luis Gerardo Castellana Mercado, Santa Rosa Valley. Well, that means it is indeed a head-to-head battle from Federico Fernandez and Christapas Tanikas. Well, both of those riders have gone clear, and that means that both of them are invited back in for a head-to-head battle to see who will take home the largest chunk of prize money here this afternoon. Well, we can announce the other results. And 3rd, Alejandro Mills at Bastil du Marais. 4th to Luis Alejandro Placienza O, with Hubert B is 4th. 5th, Jose Antonio Chedreri Prom, and Haraminka P is 5th. And 6th goes to Ireland's Kane O'Connor, Kentucky TN. That is the top 6. Well, that is the top 3 to 6, 3rd to 6, with the final 2 outstanding. Will it be a win for the home nation, Federico Fernandez, or will it be a win for the Latvian man who has travelled so far to be joining us here in Mexico, Christapas Netinikis? You will just have to stay where you are right here as we have a quick break to adjust the course. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Ahorita Caro con Mari, anda aquí adentro.
Por labia tenemos a Christian Neretix. Vamos.
Allá sí
Test one. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by our course designer for the week, Gerard Lachey from Switzerland. Gerard, it's been a fantastic week so far. First of all, how have you enjoyed your time here at San Miguel?
Yes, that's for me the first time here in Mexico. Das ist crazy. Das ist Litbel ist crazy. The Ronde is crazy. It's perfect.
Exactly, and the team that have been helping you out this week from the Federation of the Equestrian here in Mexico, they have been super in between rounds, halfway through the rounds, clearing the arena so quickly, and look at the ground, it's perfect.
Yes, always is perfect. The ground is perfect. I think this is not, for me, the grass ground is the best of the world, and he is the best for the world.
For sure, and I was talking to our CEO of OTOMI, and he says like at least 3-4 times a year they take the grass up, they agitate it, they put in air and also sand, which really helps the drainage.
Sorry.
Yeah, the drainage, it just shows how important it is that they look after the ground for us so we can have Grand Prix like this today.
It's the best. It's the best. For me, it's the best. The best Grand Prix for the world is of the grass. Acken, Prismenos, St. Gall in Switzerland.
And don't forget Dublin, come on now. Dublin have one of the best shows in the world. I'll be biased. But now we talk about the Grand Prix here. We have 2 clear rounds out of 20. From statistics, that's a good number.
I'm happy. I think we have a not catastrophal Runde see. I think it's perfect. Maybe for the publicum was better. We have a 5. It's this.
Yeah, but look, 10% basically is what we have. And like you were saying, if we had 5 for our spectators, yeah, it'd be more exciting. But it's not about them. It's about you and you know your fantastic course. And looking at the jump off, we have 2 new fences in fence 15 and 16. Which is the beautifully designed Paris fence behind us. And what do you think the riders will be doing? Will they be taking out many strides, say, in between, say, fence 16 and fence 2?
I think that's difficult for the first riders. When the first rider good round, it's good. For the second rider, it's very difficult. When the first rider not so good, is the Grand Prix finish.
Exactly, but look, that's what we want. It doesn't have to be easy for them. So look, thank you very much for everything this week so far. We still have 1 day of jumping tomorrow, but ladies and gentlemen, get ready. We have a head-to-head jump off coming to you in just a matter of moments.
We have a new leader.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome back to the 5-star Grand Prix of OTOMI, the pinnacle of this week's competition. Well, over the past days we have seen world-class performances, but it all comes down to this, the ultimate test of precision, power and partnership between horse and rider. The course ahead demands scope, control and nerves of steel, and today it's shaping up to be a true head-to-head battle. Representing Mexico, the crowd favourite, Federico Fernandez, a rider whose style, bravery and connection with horses have made him one of the greats of Mexican show jumping. And facing him, the ice-cool competitor from Latvia, Kristaps Nertinikas, known for his lightning pace, sharp turns, and ability to deliver under pressure. 2 nations, 2 world-class athletes, and 1 Grand Prix title on the line. The best of luck to both of them as Federico Fernandez and Romeo is the first to go. Time allowed 55 seconds in this jump off. The pressure is on. And our backhanded turn into the double. We are familiar with this, but now our new additional fence, a left-handed turn. Well, this is now fence number 15. Gallop down to fence number 2 in the final stages of this with just the 1 from home. Will this be a clear round for the Mexican rider? It is over the finish line in 48.91, a clear round for Mexico's Federico Fernandez. Well, that is a simply superb way to start this head-to-head battle, and that means the pressure is rightly on for the following rider, Latvia's Kristaps Nereikes. But for now, all the glory is to Federico, as the crowd is behind him every step of the way. Well, that is going to be so hard to follow. But if there's anyone that can do it, it is the ice cool competitor. He's from Latvia, Kristaps Nereikes. He knows the challenge that lays ahead of him. He will have had the opportunity to watch that round and see just what can be done as the Mission Impossible music rings out here in this 160-meter Grand Prix 5-star level here in the magnificent Mexico. Well, we're ready to get underway. Looping around to the first, fence number 7. And here we go. Well, a knock at the first means the fate is sealed, and the Mexican national anthem will ring out here as Kristaps raises his hand. He knows it's game over. He will be placed second anyway, and that means a win here for Federico Fernandez from Mexico. The crowd was all cheering as Kristaps knocks that first fence. That's so unlucky. It's such an unfortunate start. But it means a win here this afternoon for the Mexican rider Federico Fernandez and Romeo. Second, Kristaps Nereikes with Valor for Latvia. Third, Alejandro Mills, Pretzel du Marcel. Fourth is Luis Alejandro. Fifth is Jose Antonio. And sixth is Ireland's Kane O'Connor. Also going down to 7th, Inicio Marin for Argentina. Chile, Samuel Parrot takes 8th. Luis Pedro Barbin is 9th, and 10th goes to Manuel Cederos. Well, that is the top 10. That is the official result of the 5-star Grand Prix here. What a head-to-head battle it was supposed to be, but unfortunately didn't just quite go that way. But adding further glory to produce the only 2 clear rounds in what has been a very challenging track is Federico Fernandez. We will be back with you for a prize-giving ceremony in just a moment's time. Do not go anywhere as we crown the new 5-star Grand Prix champion.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what a competition that was. As we look at the big screen, we see our top 5 finishers. So it is a win for Mexico, and Federico Fernandez taking the win on home soil on Romeo. Kristaps Nereikes and Glors takes
Y vamos a invitar a los representantes de GNP Seguros, al señor Florencio García Buchó, director Canal Corredores y Gobierno de GNP Seguros, al señor Daniel Riján, el señor Eduardo León, el señor Sergio Nieto, el señor Francisco Tello de Meneses, el señor Juan Manuel Cosío y el señor Armando Acevedo en esta premiación del Gran Premio presentado por GNP.
So yes, we will be asking our top 5 riders to come back to the main arena. And like I said, it is a win for Federico Fernandez. In second place for Latvia, Kristaps Letterniks. In third place for Mexico, Alejandro Mills. In fourth place, Luis Alejandro Plasencia. And in fifth place, Jose Antonio Chedraui Trump. So again, a massive thank you to our supporters here today and representing GNP Seguros. We welcome Florencio Garcia Buchó and of course the man behind it all, the whole team behind this fantastic event is Daniel Rehan, Eduardo Leon, Sergio Nieto and Francisco Tello. They have been instrumental in getting this show organized, and look what it's like, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely perfect.
Vamos a pedir la presencia de José Antonio Chedraui Eguía, el señor Juan Manuel Cosío y el señor Alejandro Martín del Campo, su presencia aquí en la pista, por favor. Bueno. Y bien, le vamos a dar un reconocimiento al presidente de la Federación Ecuestre Mexicana, el señor Juan Manuel Cosío, de manos de Daniel Riján. Un reconocimiento a Juan Manuel. También al señor José Antonio Chedraui Pro por ser parte importantísima de este Fall Tour aquí en OTOMI. También tenemos aquí al señor Alejandro Martín del Campo, parte muy importante de este Full Tour. También un reconocimiento a él.
Well, a number of prizes or awards being conducted here at the moment before we move into the official prize giving ceremony for the Grand Prix. It's a real team effort here, as many of our international shows rely so heavily upon the sponsors and those who get back or behind backing the shows, as we conclude some of those recognitions at the moment as we await the arrival and the start of the prize giving ceremony.
Queremos agradecer estos grandes trofeos cortesía de Tane a los 3 primeros lugares. Tane presente en este Gran Premio GNP.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, look at these beautiful prizes here in front of us, finally made by Tane here in Mexico. They're absolutely stunning. If I was on my own, I'd try and run home with one, but they're absolutely beautiful. So massive thank you to all that Tane.
What a welcome, what a reception. The crowd are loving every moment nearly just as much as our winner. He is a true champion here this afternoon, a winner through and through, the only one to provide us with 2 clear rounds. Federico Fernandez, a Grand Prix 5-star winner here, as the best of the best couldn't replicate what Federico did, and as our winner, he's placed into the Hall of Fame here. Well, what a wonderful round here in OTOMI, as the top riders join us here back in for the prize giving ceremony. Well, not forgetting that tomorrow we have 2 competitions. The first of those start, the start time we will check and provide them before we finish up here today. We'll start in the morning with the 5-star 150, and then we'll have the 2-star Grand Prix. But for now, we will turn our attention to the prize giving ceremony here of this 160 5-star Grand Prix. And huge congratulations to all of the riders. We start with 10th. And we start with 5th. And Jose Antonio received his award, and then we go on to 4th. Luis Alejandro Plasencia is 4th. Third, Alejandro Mills with Brenza du Marais.
Jumping into 3rd place, a foot in the water took them out of the jump off. It is in 3rd place, Alejandro Mills riding Brenza du Marais.
Just those riders, 5th, 4th and 3rd, as the ones that incurred 4 faults in the first round, so they are the fastest 4 faulters. But now we move into the top 2, the 2 men that were head to head in that battle in the jump off, but with that knock of the first fence, he decided to retire. A wise decision for the Latvian rider, Kristaps Nerenikas.
Y el ganador de este gran premio presentado por
And a wonderful
GNP
round and a
Seguros
wonderful
para México, Federico
way to be
Fernández
recognised here in front of
Romeo.
such a great audience. But here is the man as he celebrates, as he steps forward, as rightly so he celebrates. Federico Fernandez and Romeo receives a very warm welcome and some nice goodies for Romeo. A little treat as they step forward to congratulate the new winner of the Grand Prix here this afternoon. Ah, just look at that. That is absolutely wonderful. He's done so well. He deserves every moment. As he dismounts and we move into the next part, and that is our podium. He gave it everything he got, and especially producing that clear round. He didn't know what was going to follow. He needed to produce a clear round to at least give him an opportunity, and he's done so well in doing so. Well, wonderful to have our main class here this afternoon as the three men step up to the podium. Third, Alejandro Mills. Second, Kristaps Nerenikas. And a win for Federico Fernandez of Mexico.
So yes, about to receive their prizes from our officials.
Well, they step forward and now receive their prizes.
Thank you to the representative
Part of the
from
organising committee here,
Seguros. It is
as the award of the trophy is now conducted.
Eduardo Leon there as well, presenting the prizes. Sergio Nieto, like I said, and of course Francisco Tello. This team have been instrumental
Just
all week.
wonderful.
What is a fantastic show.
Yes. Lots of congratulations from many of the party joining the three gentlemen in front of the podiums. And rightly so. Alejandro Mills, Kristaps Nerenikas and Federico Fernandez are winner of 2025.
También hacemos entrega de los trofeos de Tane presente en este Gran Premio GNP. Y obviamente aquí tenemos la Copa Challenge.
Well, look at that.
Aquí en OTOMI. GNP Seguros.
The cup is raised into the air, and the second one as well, as all three celebrate. A lovely photo there.
Yes, so I think we're going to stand for a couple of more photographs with our champions.
Well, the last few remaining photographs here.
Y vamos a pedir al público nos acompañe de pie para entonar el himno nacional en honor al ganador Federico Fernández.
Well, now they stand in the arena for the winning national anthem of Mexico. Well, the crowd cheers as the Mexican national anthem concludes, and an emotional Federico Fernandez as he wins the 5-star Grand Prix. As the champagne is presented to him, along with glasses for the riders to get a nice glass of celebratory bubbles. No point in wasting it, spraying it over the other two riders. He's going to make every drop of that count, and rightly so. He deserves it.
Once again, for your winners, Federico Fernandez, Christoph Norix, and Alejandro Mills. So now we're going to have a couple of words with our winning riders.
Well, we're going to hand you over to the arena team now as Tom Lawler interviews the top three.
14-year-old, you've been jumping 1m60s recently. How pleased are you with his performance?
I'm really happy. His horse, he's really powerful. We make a really nice tour in Calgary and then in Brussels. And the last 2 weeks in Jalapa, he jumps unbelievable the Grand Prix, so I'm really happy with him.
Yeah, and it was a really tough course set by Gerard Lachey, but you were so unlucky, a foot in the water.
Yeah, he jumps a little bit flat, the water, but we are third. We are really happy.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, in third place, Alejandro Mills from Mexico. Congratulations. So in second place, beautiful clear round in the first round with your Olympic horse Valor. Kristaps, tell us a little bit about the journey with this horse and how you've enjoyed your time here in OTOMI.
We're first time and very happy to be here. It's a fantastic show, a great arena, and Valor is jumping great in this grass arena, and feeling is amazing. So and he liked big obstacles, so it was really good today.
Yeah, he sure did. Like in the first round, it looked like it was a warm-up competition. He was fun and enjoying himself, and then the second round was just very unlucky.
Maybe it's supposed to be a win for Mexico today.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he is a great sport. In second place, Kristaps Nedonics for Latvia. So in first place, congratulations, sir. It's been a fantastic week so far, and Romeo has been an absolute treasure for you this season. Nations Cups double clears in Dublin at the Royal Dublin Horse Show, and then this win today. How much does this mean to you and your whole team?
The most amazing feeling to win, and of course at home makes it even better. I cannot tell you how grateful I am with life to have this opportunity with my horse, with my family, and thanks again for the organizing committee that makes such an effort to have this incredible show at our hometown.
Exactly that. So yes, exactly. A round of applause for our whole team here, ladies and gentlemen. Everything's been perfect, and a little bit about the course as well. The first round, nice and technical. We spoke about it earlier today, and then yesterday it got increasingly technical as the days went on. A few words for our course designer.
I think that the conditions in general were amazing. We had a rough start with the weather, which you cannot do anything about. It just started getting better and better, and the conditions in the ring were incredible, were just perfect. The course designing was world class. He's also the course builder in Geneva, which is the most important indoor horse show in the world, and we are very grateful and honored to have him here.
So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much to our winners. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the 1m60 GNP supporter Seguros, it is
Federico Fernandez.
Well, wonderful to hear from him, and just as a superb win here for the man from Mexico. Always great to win in your home territory, and especially at this level, a 5-star level. 1m60, no easy task as we get the riders to remount. But the last thing to do here today, and that is for our victory lap, and only one man is allowed to lead the victory lap, and that is our winner. Well, great also to hear on that podium there. That was second Kristaps Nedonics and third Alejandro Mills. Fourth Luis Alejandro Plasencia. 5th to Jose Antonio Cedria Prom, 6th to Cian O'Connor. Well, more photos, and more photos, and rightly so. It is a wonderful occasion. So many people are proud of what has been achieved here today, and none more so than the athlete himself, Federico Fernandez. And I think we're ready to lead us off. Another the head. And we're good.
Listo, Fede. Felicidades, jinetes.
Well, this is it. These celebrations in the arena will now come to an end, but the celebration afterwards will most certainly start straight after this, as our winner goes round the audience, goes around this arena celebrating his win, Federico Fernandez for Mexico. Well, the crowd here are absolutely ecstatic for their man Federico, but also for third, Alejandro Mills, fourth, Luis Alejandro Plasencia, and fifth, Jose Antonio Cedria Prom. Not forgetting second in there is Latvia's Kristaps Nertinikas. Well, that's the man of the moment. That's the man who will be invited to come back around the arena for another winning lap of honour. The crowds are on their feet. They are celebrating this man, and this man only, as the winner of the 5-star 160 Grand Prix. What an incredible moment this is, as that concludes our 5-star jumping. We'll have a quick look at the replay of this winning round, but from me, Killian Thornton, and all the team, for now, it's goodbye, and see you tomorrow.
So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you don't go too far. We have an amazing party here this evening. So we look forward to seeing you tearing up the dance floor, making some shapes, and we might have a little glass of tequila ourselves. Good night.
No se vayan, la tarde es joven. Tenemos aquí en OTOMI a Tenapa Brass. Terminando, nos acompaña Ramiro Gómez para todos nosotros. El DJ que estuvo con 5 años.
We have a new leader.
Desde el día cero, hemos creído en el poder transformador de la energía. Y por eso elegimos ser ese boost que te impulsa en cada paso. Estamos orgullosos de ser parte de la historia de miles de personas increíbles, como tú. Nuestro compromiso de cuidar de ti y de los tuyos continúa. Bedoyecta, 50 años de energía que inspira.